We are back for year 4 at Photo Plus. I got a little bit of the hands-on, obviously, as you saw, with the Nikon Z7. I didn't really choose the Z6 because they're kind of the same, obviously different megapixels and everything, but my thoughts on it is that it looks like it's a good camera. I think it's, you know, it just doesn't blow a lot of people away. Usability on it is absolutely amazing. The shutter dial is good. You still have the front aperture dial, and the thumbstick is great on it, so you can move your autofocusing points around. I see nothing ergonomically wrong with it, where I know some people complained it, but it wasn't. I mean, if you know how to shoot, you can pretty much use any camera. But being a Nikon user for a lot of years, I was easily able to pick that up, set it up the way I like, and and just play with it. But the Nikon Z7, it's a great mirrorless camera. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, is it Nikon D850 level like they claim? That seemed to be it, but as we see a little bit more come out, especially about the Z7, we'll find out a little bit more about it. The only thing I wanted to add about that adapter for the Nikon is that it is very, very thick. It's large. I didn't know it was going to be like that. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but it's rather large. So just had a few minutes with the new Canon EOS R, and it's a little heavier than I expected it to be, but personally I don't mind something like that. One thing I will say, it has an interesting feel. It doesn't feel like a current Canon body. Like when I picked up the Nikon Z6 and Z7, it felt like I was picking up a Nikon camera. The Canon was a little bit different. Now ergonomic wise, it actually seems very, very good. It's just a very thick grip. So it acts like a Canon camera though. The dual pixel AF. I know the one card slot is obviously a big controversy going around. Same thing for Nikon as well. You know, if that's a big deal to you, and for the price they're charging for stuff like this, it definitely is a deal for, a big deal for a lot of photographers out there. But with the price of this and like the Nikon, can you justify it? I don't know. But I tell you what, it's a good shooting experience. Yet again, it's a camera. You know how to use a camera. It's just gear or tools. I'll tell you what though, that 50-1.2 lens that I had on that thing, whew, very, very fast autofocusing, and that depth of field is smooth. Just at the Fuji booth, and I had a chance to mess around with the Fuji GFX 50R. Now, my first impression and reaction to that was, oh my God, this is so light. Being a medium format and essentially a very thicker version of an X Pro 2 body, I expected a different experience, something a little bit maybe more clunkier, definitely something a bit heavier. I mean, it is a bit boxy for what it is, and it is a bit thick, but that camera is super light, especially with that 63mm on. And my impression is this: if you're used to like an X Pro 2, an X Pro 1, or really, especially anything in the Fuji menu system, there's literally no learning gap there. It's super simple. A lot of the external dials of what people and myself enjoy about Fuji cameras is within that. But for that, what is it, like $4,000 or whatever? So they have right here, it's in glass though, the Zeiss ZX1. So give it a check out. It's real, it's in person, it's not just specs. So I was able just to kind of see, it's behind the glass, the Panasonic S1R, the one that's coming out, very hyped up, very popular. But one of the biggest things, you didn't know if it was actually going to have a flip out screen. And by the looks of it, all controversy and everything aside, it's just going to be a tilt screen. It's a miss. Come on, Panasonic.